Stop wasting hours managing your Pokemon storage. With custom search strings and tags, you can uncover hidden gems, organize your collection, and make trading or transferring a whole lot easier. In this video, we're breaking down the smartest ways to use search strings and tags so that you can manage your storage like a pro. Let's get into it. Pokemon Go already comes with some pre-built searches. Just go to your Pokemon storage, press the search bar, see more, and scroll through. It's a good idea to go ahead and take a look at these searches. That way you can familiarize yourself with how your storage is actually broken down. And as new features come to the game, they typically add it to the searches. For instance, when they added adventure effects, that's now in the searches. When they brought Gigantamax, that's now in the searches. You can get a little bit more advanced for combining these base searches by just clicking on them. Let's say we do shiny. Now I can click on this again and do hatched and maybe 3-star. Now that organizes my storage with combining some of these categories. Now I can quickly see shiny, hatched, and 3 stars. You don't have to use the built-in searches though. You can directly type your search string into the search bar. For instance, I come here and do age 0. That's gonna show me the Pokemon that have been caught in the last 24 hours. What we're typing to the bar is a search string. There's a complete list of search strings at this website. And even Pokemon Go Hub has put together a cheat sheet of these search strings. We've taken these elements and built 9 of our favorite search strings that we use on a daily basis to keep us playing the game most effectively. And you can see right here that these are favorited. You can favorite up to 12 search strings, so you're gonna wanna go ahead and favorite the best search strings. That way you don't have to type them every time and you can just quickly sort through your Pokemon storage. Each one of these search strings is listed in the description, and I'm gonna show you right now how to favorite a search string. Start by going into your Pokemon storage, press the search bar. You can either type this in or you can copy it to your keyboard and just paste it. So I'm going to paste this search string. I'm gonna press the X on the search bar beside the search string. Then where I see favorite, I'm gonna do see more. Now we see recent. The one that I just pasted is most recent. So I'm gonna long press on that. If I do see less, I now see that in my favorite list. Now I can long press on it and it gives me the option to rename it or remove it. I'm gonna rename this one delete just because I already have it. And now if I look at my favorites, I've saved it and I've named it. The first search string is Nundo. That's 0 attack and 0 defense and 0 HP. If you get a Nundo, you definitely want to favorite that Pokemon. That's because these search strings help you find the Pokemon you want to keep, but you still have to favorite them to make sure you don't actually transfer them. Don't think of using the favorites as these are your favorite Pokemon. Think of using favorite as I don't want to transfer it, I don't want to trade it. So definitely favorite anything you want to keep. Our next search strings are PvP1 and PvP2. And even if you don't play PvP or not that interested in it, if you get a rank 1 PvP, you probably want to keep it. For PvP1, we have 0 attack and 3 to 4 defense and 3 to 4 HP. For PvP2, we have 0 to 1 attack and 3 to 4 defense and 3 to 4 HP. A lot of Pokemon that are rank 1 for the Great League or Ultra League have 0 attack, so that's why we have the PvP1. And if you're not the biggest PvP player, maybe you just want to keep that one search string. But if you do like playing PvP, there are some that maybe aren't rank 1s, but it could be very highly ranked that you'll find in that PvP2 tag. I like to use the app Pokegenie, so whenever I get one that's in the PvP tag, I'll take a screenshot of it, I'll put it in Pokegenie, and if it's a rank 1, I'll go ahead and favorite it. And if it isn't highly ranked, maybe you could just go ahead and get rid of it. And we call this next search string yay, because when you're playing Pokemon Go and something pops into this, you want to say yay. This is going to be your age 0 in shiny or 4-star. So if you catch a shiny or a hundo, it's going to show up. This is a lot of fun when you're playing an event, a comm day, because you look there and as that counter goes up, these are a lot of recent really cool Pokemon. And whenever you see this search go up, you definitely want to go in there and favorite that because you don't want to accidentally transfer something later. Next, we have a Purify search string. I'm not going to read this whole one off, but you can see we're already including not favorite in there, not a hundo, not shiny, and we want to make sure that it's shadow. We found this list of Pokemon online at the website in the description, and it's a great tool to see all the Pokemon that require only 1 candy and 1,000 Stardust to purify. So if you're working towards that Purifier badge, or if there's a Team Go Rocket takeover and you need some cheap Pokemon to purify to do field research, this is a great way to go ahead and look for the best ones that you can purify. And if you're not working towards any purifying task, maybe you could just go ahead and transfer these and clear out your storage. Next, we have a clean shadow search. So in this search, we exclude favorites, we exclude legendaries, hundos, shiny, and we also exclude everything from that purifying search. And all of these Pokemon are shadow Pokemon. This search string excludes the purifying shadows. That way you can handle those separately. And you'll want to make sure that you go through your Nundos and your PvP and favorite those. That way those shadow Pokemon get excluded from this list. I favorite my best 3-star shadows, so that way they won't show up in this list. But if you haven't done that yet, you can actually just go into this save search string, and when you press the search again, then you can go to see more. You can scroll down to that base 3 stars and you can sort that to see if you have any really good shadow Pokemon. If you don't, then you can just clean all these out and transfer them. We also like to go through our shadow legendary Pokemon manually, so I didn't include them in this list. And the next search string I like to call XP Evolve. This one I like to go ahead and exclude Dynamax, Shiny, Favorite, and then we have all the numbers of the Pokemon that only take 12 candy to evolve. Since these Pokemon only take 12 candy to evolve, it's a great way to grind XP during certain events, or if you have a field research that's quickly evolve a Pokemon, you just come to this search string, go in and evolve one of those and complete the task. And this is our custom trade evolve search string. In this list, we exclude shadows, favorites, shiny, and it also includes the Pokemon in the evolution line. For instance, Kadabra, once you trade that, it can evolve for free. But if you trade Abra, you can pay the candy cost and then evolve that Kadabra to Alakazam for free. We use this trade evolve search string to find Pokemon that we can trade to each other. So I trade these to Bernie so that way she can evolve it for free, and she uses it to trade to me, that way I can evolve for free. Now, if you look at the website that we listed earlier, there's a trade evolve string in there, and I don't like it. And that's because it already includes shadows, it'll pull up shinies, it has favorite Pokemon, and it only includes the stage that needs to be traded to evolve. I don't see a lot of the middle stage evolution Pokemon in the wild like Kadabra or Haunter. I do see them, but very rarely. I see way more Ghastlies, Machops, Geodudes, and I think the string is better to look for those. That way you can trade, use a little candy, then get the free evolution. Also, don't like that it includes shadows or shiny Pokemon. Then we get to our clean search string. I start at the top left of my search strings, and I go through those and favorite each one. That way when I get down to clean, I've already favorited all the Pokemon that I want to keep. This is where I start to look for mass transferring. I don't always just mass transfer everything. Maybe there's some Pokemon in there that I've caught from some other place, like when we were traveling, and I could use that for a distance trade, but it's a great place to start. We clean out all of our legendaries and shiny Pokemon manually. That way we can make a decision whether or not we keep it. But for all the Pokemon that we're catching like in the wild, this is a great place to go through and clean up your storage. Then we have 3 more slots that we typically use for events. We'll set something up custom for an event, like if we're going to a city safari, wild area, playing Go Fest, or even if we're doing a global event. I'll set up like an age 0 to however long the event is, and I'll exclude all the Pokemon that I want to sort through manually. That way then I could just transfer them and clean out storage. And like all trainers, we're learning as we go. So if you use something better, let us know in the comments. I want to see it. There are a few key elements that we focus on with building search strings. For one, we use the exclamation point. This is not. So if you have exclamation point favorite, not favorite. If you have legendary, exclamation point legendary, not legendary. We use the ampersand for and we use the comma for or. And we combine these elements together to get something that really works for us.
Search strings are a great way to search through your Pokemon, but tags are where the real strategy and organization happen. The only problem with tags is that there is one pre-built tag, and that is called favorites. This is where all of your favorited Pokemon live, whether it's your actual favorite or just something that you favorited because of one of the search strings. Here's a little quick refresher on how to create a tag. Go to your Pokemon storage and swipe left to the tag section. On the bottom left-hand corner is this plus button. This is where you can name and color code your tags. For this one, we're just going to name this example, and we're going to choose the color black. The colors can mean anything to you, whether it's your favorite color or certain colors can mean something special depending on the tag. Once you're done, hit done, and then the tag will be at the bottom of your list. So if you don't have any tags, it'll be right after favorites. If you have a bunch of tags, it'll be at the bottom. Now, if you do want to reorganize your tags, you can just long hold and just pull it up and drag it wherever you want. It does take a little bit of time, but you can reorganize your tags. And to add Pokemon to tags, there are 3 ways to do this. The first way is to directly go through the tag. So in your tag, you see on the bottom left-hand corner this little Pikachu with a plus. You press on that, and then you just click on whatever Pokemon you want and press select, and then they're in your tag. The other way is if you go through your Pokemon, you can long hold on each of the Pokemon that you want to add in your tag. You can either press tag or transfer. So for this one, make sure to press tag and then go to the tag that you want to. Let's put in the examples for now. And then we can have that in the example tag. Or if you want to, you can also directly go through the Pokemon. So click on the hamburger menu, then there's a tag button, and we can go ahead and tag that into our example tag as well. And one really cool thing about tags is that they are actually searchable. So if I search example, you can see these 7 Pokemon that I have tagged in here as well, or I can either see them in the actual tag if I go through tags. But knowing that tags are searchable is how this starts adding to the strategy and organization of your Pokemon storage. You can have up to 100 tags. Now let's go over our personal tags that we use every single day, but we have them broken down into some main categories. We have vanity tags, strategy tags, organization tags, and search tags. The vanity tags are really there just because you want them underneath the Pokemon. They're not really any type of strategy. They're just there if you want Hundo underneath your Pokemon, level 50, and just a few things like that. So we have level 50, Hundos, Nundos, our faves, regionals, Shundo, Shinundo, Best Buddy. Even though you can still search Best Buddy, sometimes that's broken, so it's kind of nice to have Best Buddy as a tag. Rank 1 PvP, event shinies or event Hundos, travel or milestones. Again, these are just ones that you just want to have underneath your Pokemon. That way they're just there whenever you're showing them off. Then we have strategy tags. These are tags to help you with different strategies, whether it's a certain event or a different time of year, but some of these are like power-up tags. This is great if you have a field research or a task to power up Pokemon. Rather than not knowing what to power up, it's always good to have a list of Pokemon to power up. That way you can just quickly power something up rather than maybe powering something up that you don't want to and wasting a bunch of Stardust. Then we have 2x transfer. This is perfect for those 2x transfer spotlight hours. So anytime Cream and I trade like a shiny or a legendary that we're not going to keep, we throw that into the 2x transfer tag. Or if there's a Pokemon we just need more candy for, we do that as well. It's not a whole transfer tag. It's just like a very specific transfer tag for the extra candy. Then we have a trade tag and a lucky trade. So depending on if there are different events like these Sunday trade days, we might actually now have a tag called Sunday Trade Day. That way we have the list of Pokemon that we're going to trade on those days. Or if we are lucky friends with someone and we meet up with them at an event, we'll show them our lucky trade tag rather than showing them all the shinies that are up to trade. We feel like there are certain Pokemon that are really valuable for a lucky trade, so we'll show them in that tag. Then we have a buddy tag. These are our in-progress buddies because again, sometimes the buddy search strings don't always work. So knowing what buddy you're actively working on can be helpful when the search string isn't working. Then we have a frustration tag. This is perfect during a Go Rocket takeover. That way when that event happens, the first thing you can do is go to that tag and remove frustration on all of those Pokemon. So if you ever get something like a Shadow Shiny Legendary, 3-star Shadow Legendary, PvP Shadow, go ahead and tag that the minute you get it. That way you don't forget, because sometimes it's really easy to forget to remove frustration, and then after the Rocket takeover, you won't have that opportunity again. So have that tag, and that way you're just organized when that event happens. Then we have some rare XL candy and rare candy dump Pokemon. So if you have a bunch of rare candy and you don't know where to put it in, but you've identified some Pokemon, it's really easy to do that because especially after big events like GoFest, you end up having so much candy in Candy XL. So you put things like Palkia or Dialga into the rare candy. You can have like Mythicals or even Eternatus for your rare XL candy dump. That just helps you manage your item storage. Rather than keeping it in your item storage, you can keep those items in Pokemon. Then there's things like Comday evolutions. So let's say you've traded someone a Rookity and you end up getting a Hundo, but it's after the Rookity Comday. Just put it in a Comday end of year tag, because typically in December we have a 2-day Comday where every Pokemon that's been in Comdays for the year will come back out and you'll get those legacy moves again. So when the December Comday happens, you can go to that tag and see, oh, I have a Rookity I need to evolve. Because again, it's really easy to forget if it's been months in between. So just go ahead and do that. That way you have Pokemon that you know you want those legacy moves for, and that way you can evolve them during those 2 days. Then we have organizational tags. These tags help you organize your Pokemon, whether they're for PvP or just for other reasons. So the first ones are our PvP tags. We have Great League, Ultra League, Master League, and even the rank 1 Pokemon that we have. This way, if we're ever building a team and we want to see our Great League Pokemon, we just go directly to that tag because we've already identified that these are possible Great League Pokemon. I even have a tag called Don't Touch for my PvP Pokemon because these are ones that I should not touch, like do not power up anymore, do not change the moves, things like that. So again, you can really be as customizable as you want, or if you don't need something like that, you can also just not do that. Then there are some other things depending on what type of collector you are. You can have a Nundo Hundo pair, which I really like having. Then you have like a shiny family. If you're like a living shiny family dex collector, you can go ahead and put all of your shiny families into one tag. That way you can show those off really easily. Or if you're like a costume family collector, you can have a tag for that. Again, you can make this as fun as possible. You even can have like a gym tag. So any Pokemon that you like showing off in gyms, you type gym. When you're at a gym, you just know you can put one of those down to kind of like flex on people. Then we have search tags. This kind of goes into that buddy and best buddy tag that we have because sometimes the searches don't work, but we have a tag for our megas because we're always trying to increase our mega levels with our buddies. So one thing is we have a megas tag. This is for the Pokemon that we've actually mega evolved and we plan to keep mega evolving to get those up to those max mega levels. When they hit that max mega level, we actually tag them as level 3 mega. So for example, if we're at a raid and we want to use a mega to get more candy for that Pokemon, what we'll do is we'll quickly search L3M and the type, so and dragon if we're doing a dragon raid. Then we have a list of our level 3 megas that we can just quickly mega depending on if any are available. Or on the opposite way, if I am searching for megas that I'm actively working on to get to that level 3 mega, I will search megas and exclamation point L3M. That excludes all of my level 3 megas. That way I see a list of my megas that I'm working on. I can just go through every couple days and mega evolve those to get those up to that level 3 mega. There are really so many ways to customize tags, whether you're using it to show something off, use it for strategy or that organization. But I'd love to know in the comments, what are some of your favorite tags? Because I'm definitely trying to level up my tags.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe.
Bye everyone.
We want to give a huge thank you to our incredible Patreon supporters. Your support means everything to us and helps make content like this possible.
You're helping us take things to the next level. We couldn't do this without you.